Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live score booster session for the SBI Clerks 2018 exam brought to you by TalentSprint. I hope all of you are in good health and your preparation for this highly competitive SBI exam is in high gear. Right? I would like to remind you all that the last date to apply for SBI Clerks is the 10th of February, which is just about 4 days away. So make sure that if you haven't completed your application process, you should be doing it right after this session, in my view. Right? Please do not delay it anymore. Complete your application and continue with your smart preparation. Okay, now this is score booster number 5 for the SBI Clerks exam brought to you by TalentSprint, and I'm sure these score boosters are adding value to your preparation. I would like here to mention that these sessions that we're doing at 4 p.m. are just serving as refreshers, or just will be serving as refreshers for your preparation. You will otherwise have to do a lot of preparation and practice as much as you can for you to really get ready for this examination. Right? Please do not depend just on these sessions. You got to have a comprehensive preparation strategy and learn using the right tools and practice on the right platform so that you can maximize your chances. Okay, now like we have seen in the first 4 score boosters, calculation plays a key role, right? And not just for SBI Clerks exam, but be it any other competitive exam, you got to be very good and very sharp with your numbers in your numerical skills so that you can improve your score in the quantitative aptitude section, right? So we are going to look at something very interesting today, which is on speed math. Now this again is a vast topic, right? Speed math, if you look at the videos that we have in TalentSprint, speed math alone is for like 4.5 hours, right? But then here in the next 15-20 minutes, we shall be looking at some percentage based speed math tricks, right? See, if you look at quantitative aptitude or numerical ability section in for that matter, there are a lot of questions where percentage based calculations needs to be done. Like for example, questions on simplifications or questions on approximations. You would always find that percentages are involved. Then when you look at data interpretation, right? Data interpretation, especially the ones which have got pie charts or tables, involve percentages, right? And then we have questions on simple and compound interest, profit and loss, right? And then other arithmetic aptitude topics where again percentages are very, very important. So we will be focusing more on percentages today. All right. Now, simple. The whole idea is to make you get used to solving percentages, right? Again, we'll start with some simple percentage. Like I can see Aman Kashyap here just mentioned that 68% या 79% कैसे जल्दी करेंगे सर ये बताइए. So we look at these kind of percentages as well, right? But let's start with some very, very simple points. Like for example, 25%. What is 25% of, let's say, 400? I'm sure all of you have got the answer already, right? 25% of 400 is 100. Right? Or for that matter, what is 25% of, let's say, 1600? 25% of 1600 would be 400. Again, I don't have to wait for you to respond. I know you have got the answer. 25% of 1600 is 400, right? Likewise, what is 50% of 900? 50% of 900 is 450, right? What is 50% of 720? 50% of 720? 50% of 720 is 360, right? I'm hoping all of you have got the answer. 10% of 820, 82, right? 10% of 960, 96, right? 10% of 960 is 96. Then what is, let's say, 10% of 544? 10% of 544. How much will that be? 54.4, right? Now, I'm sure all of you are able to get the answer. But then, look at the point. 25%, 50%, 10%, 100%, 1%, all these are simple calculations. All of us know, right? All of us know how to arrive at the answer. But then, what if we have to find out 37.5% of 1200? Or for that matter, 83.66% of 2400? Or what is 72.72% of 3300? Right? What is 88.88% of 2700? We have no clue, right? We usually get stuck. I mean, if you are new to percentages or if you are used to conventional methods of doing calculations, you will definitely get stuck. You will find these to be very, very complex. But believe me, all the numbers that I've asked you in the last 10-15 seconds are as easy to calculate as 25, 50 or 10 percentage. All you have to do is change the way you are looking at that percentage value. Now think about it. Why do you think 25% is easy to calculate? I mean, even if it is a complex number, like 25% of 84. What is 25% of 84? 25% of 84 is 21. You've got it. I'm sure you've got it, right? 25% of 84 is 21. Why is it so easy to arrive at 25% of a value? Simply because we know 25% is 1/4 of the value. What very rapidly happens in your brain is 25% is equal to 1/4. You convert that percentage to its equivalent fraction, and then you find out the fraction of the given whole value to you, right? 50%. How are we able to calculate 50% so easily? Because we know that 50% is half, right? 50% of 63, 31.5. It's not something that you've learned by heart. You can do the calculation on the spot, simply because you know 50% is half. 50% of let's say 92 is 46. 50% of 38, it's 19. Why? It's because you know 50% is half. So the point that I'm trying to make is, if you know the equivalent fraction of a given percentage, calculation becomes easy. Calculation becomes really simple, and you can arrive at the value, right value, without putting pen on paper. That's it. Let's extend the same logic. What if we know more of such equivalent fractions, right? We usually we would know about 25%, 50%, 10%, but 72.72% or 83.66%. 83.66% is 5/6. 83.66%, that typical complex looking value, is actually 5/6. 83.66% is 5/6. So what is 83.66% of 1200? It's 1000. If you know 83.66 is 5/6, 83.66% of 1200, it is 5/6 into 1200. Now visualize this: 5 divided by 6 multiplied by 1200. You know that 1200 by 6 is 200. Multiply that with 5, it's 1000. You're done. You're getting it, right? So this is one thing that you must all learn. I know now you are questionably, what if you have to find out 82.63%? What if you have to find out 89.9%, like what Aman has mentioned here? We'll get to that, right? Let's keep simple things simple first. Let's not get into those complex questions. So the first step is to learn many such equivalent fractions. Again, there is no end to it, there is no limit, but then there's a standard set of values that you must all know, like 37.5%, a very common, not a very common, but yeah, we have seen multiple times that 37.5 has been asked in bank exams or other competitive exams. 37.5 is actually 3/8. 37.5% is equal to 3/8. 37.5% is 3/8. So 37.5% of 2400. It's not a complex calculation. If you know that 37.5% is 3/8, answer will be 900. How? 37.5% of 2400, it is equal to 3/8 into 2400. 2400 by 8 is 300. Now that you have to do mentally, right? 300 multiplied by 3 in the numerator. 300 into 3, 900 is the answer. Okay, so let's quickly look at some fractional values, right? Some equivalent fractions of percentages. So I'll quickly share my screen, list down some standard percentages, and then we will move on to the other type of calculations, like 68% of 1200. How would you do that? Now 68% cannot be expressed in terms of a fraction that would be easy to simplify. Of course, every percentage can be expressed in fraction. 68% is 34/50 or 17/25, right? But then no point in learning, right? There's no end to that. So let me first give you the standard values, and then we will look at the other type of calculations. So sharing my screen here and expressing all these percentages that you are required to know, right? You must know before you appear for a competitive exam. Okay, so let's look at it. Percentages. I mean, not the concept of percentages, but percentage based calculations. So let's start with 100%. What is 100%? 100% is equal to 1. Now what do I mean by this? 100% of any number is that number itself. 1 here indicates that you have to multiply the number with 1. 100% of x is 1 into x. 100% of x is 1 into x. So x itself. 50%. 50% is 1/2. 33.33% comes next, is 1/3. 25% is 1/4. 20% is equal to 1/5. 16.66% is equal to 1/6. Right, moving on, 14.28% or 14.2857% is 1/7. 12.5% is 1/8. 11.11% is 1/9. 10% is equal to 1 by 10. 9.09% is equal to 1 by 11. And let's say 8.33% is equal to 1 by 12. Now likewise you can continue, you can find out 1 by 13, 1 by 14, 1 by 15, 1 by 16, 1 by 17, 1 by 18, and so on, but not required. I think up to 1 by 12 and their multiples you must learn. So just 12 of these, and many of these are already known to you, like 100% is 1, 50% is 1 by 2, 25% is 1 by 4, 33.33 is 1 by 3, 20% is 1 by 5, and most of these things are known to us, right? 10% is 1 by 10. You'll have to focus on the other values, like 16.66% is 1 by 6, 14.2857% is 1 by 7, 12.5% is 1 by 8, 11.11% is 1 by 9, 9.09% is 1 by 11, 8.33% is 1 by 12. Again, you can stop the video and record those values on paper for your learning. Now, just knowing these 12 percentages and their equivalent fractions is not going to help you. You got to learn on their multiples as well. Like for example, if you really look at the table that I've just put up here, there's no mention of 37.5%. Do we have 37.5% here? No. Directly it's not available, but indirectly yes it is. What? Just multiply this by 3 on both the sides. 12.5% multiplied by 3 is 37.5%. 12.5 into 3 is 37.5. 1 by 8 into 3, 1 by 8 into 3 is equal to 3 by 8. So 37.5% is equal to 3 by 8. 37.5% is equal to 3 by 8. Now, how about 62.5? 62.5% is not there. But then multiply both the sides by 5. 12.5 into 5, 62.5. And 1 by 8 into 5, 5 by 8. So you must learn by heart, you must now learn by heart that 62.5% is equivalent to 5 by 8. You are supposed to know that. That's a prerequisite, right? 5 by 8. So suppose somebody says, what is 62.5% of 4,800? Don't panic. 5 by 8 of 4,800, 3,000 will be the answer within no time. Because I'm speaking out, it's taking a couple of seconds. When you know the value and when you do it mentally yourself, after doing some basic practice, you will say that 3,000 is the answer in a jiffy, right? You don't need any time at all. So you have to learn all the multiples also. So like for example, you know that 9.09% is 1 by 11. Now find out what is 2 by 11, 3 by 11, 4 by 11, 5 by 11, 6 by 11, 7 by 11, 8 by 11, 9 by 11, 10 by 11, up to 11 by 11. You're getting it? Similarly, you know what is 1 by 8 here, right? Find out 2 by 8. See, 2 by 8 is simple. 2 by 8 is 1 by 4, that is 25%. We already know that. 3 by 8, 37.5. 4 by 8, 4 by 8 is 1 by 2. It is 50%. That again is already known to us. Then 5 by 8. 6 by 8 is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is 75%. We know. 7 by 8. 7 by 8 would be 87.5%. You're getting it? 7 by 8 is going to be 87.5. So take up all the multiples. Right? So you know 1 by 12. What is 2 by 12, 3 by 12, 4 by 12, 5 by 12, up to 12 by 12. You know what's 1 by 9. What is 2 by 9, 3 by 9, 4 by 9, 5 by 9, up to 9 by 9. And these are very simple calculations. You don't have to spend any time at all. See, 1 by 9 is 11.11. 2 by 9, multiply it by 2, 22.22, 2 by 9. Multiply by 3, 33.33. 33.33 is 3 by 9. 3 by 9 is 1 by 3. Multiply both sides by 4, 44.44. Left hand side will be 44.44. 4 by 9. 44.44% is equal to 4 by 9. 55.55% is equal to 5 by 9. 66.66%, 6 by 9. 77.77%. Recall, in the beginning of this score booster, I had asked you about 77.77% of 2,700. If you had found it to be complex, it's very easy now. Why? 77.77% is 7 by 9. All you need to know is 77.77% in terms of its equivalent fraction, 7 by 9. 7 by 9 to be multiplied by 2,700. 2,100 will be the answer. 2,700 by 9 is 300. Multiply by 7. 300 into 7, 2,100. This itself will save a lot of time. See, you must be lucky for you to get one of these values in the exam. But then if you get one of these values and if you do not know what the equivalent fraction is, then you're wasting your time, right? So this is a bare minimum. This is the prerequisite for you to appear for the SBI Clerk examination, right? All the multiples up to 1 by 12, up to 1 by 12. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, why up to 1 by 12? You can take 1 by 13, 1 by 14, 1 by 15 also. But then my question will be, why up to 1 by 15? Go up to 1 by 20 or 1 by 25, then 1 by 40. So there is no end to it. You just have to stop somewhere. Okay. So this is how you can do some basic percentage based calculations. Okay, so let's take one or two examples and then we will move on to the other types of questions where such fractions are not available. Okay, now let me ask you about let's say 81.81%. 81.81% of 3,300. 81.81% of 3,300. How do you do this? The answer lies in the table that we had seen, right? See, we all know that 1 by 11 is 9.09, 2 by 11 will be 18.18, 3 by 11 will be 27.27, 4 by 11 will be 36.36, and so on. What do we want? 81.81. 81.81 is 9 by 11. All you have to remember is 81.81 is 9 by 11. 9 by 11. So 9 by 11 multiplied by 3,300. Right? We were looking for 81.81% of 81.81% of 3,300. So 9 by 11 of 3,300. What's the answer? 3,300 by 11 is 300 into 9, 2,700. You're getting it? As simple as that. Okay, somebody here is asking about free mock exams for SBI clerks. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, let me mention that we are conducting free SBI clerks all India mock exams every Saturday and Sunday. You can register on our website TalentSprint.com for the same, right? Just visit our website TalentSprint.com and you will find out about the free mock tests which are available. Or you can visit our learning platform directly, which is banking.talentsprint.com. Go to banking.talentsprint.com. There you will find a link for a free sign up, right? Sign up for the free product that we have. You'll get access to the free only mock exams. Anyways, back to this discussion. So that's about some percentage based calculations. I'm sure you'll practice and get used to these fractions now. Now, how do we deal with the other percentages? For example, 48%. Now, 48% is not available in this table here, right? 48% is not available. Yeah, I think our team here has also mentioned the link. It is talentsprint.com/SBI Clerk. talentsprint.com/SBI Clerk. SBI Clerk or SBI Clerk 2018. All these links will lead you to the free mock exams there. Okay, now the question is, how do we find out 48%? 48% of a value. 48% has not been given here in the table. You take any multiple of these things, you will not find 48%. But yeah, 48% is 48 by 100. 48 by 100 is 24 by 50 or 12 by 25. But 12 by 25 is 12th multiple of 1 by 25. We have not gone there, right? We stopped at 1 by 12 itself. So we are not learning fractions, or we are not going to use fractions to find out 48%. Instead, we will use our very old popular technique that we usually apply in every arithmetic operation, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplications, divisions, right? What is the technique? Split and merge. Split and then you merge. Break and merge. 48% of any value can be taken as 50 minus 2%. 48 is 50 minus 2. So 48%, see, change the way you're looking at the number, right? Like so far we said 83.33 is not 83.33, it's 5 by 6. Now 50% is not 50%. 50% is not 50%, sorry, 48% is not 48%, it's 50% minus 2%. 50% is easy to calculate, 2% is also easy to calculate. Subtract, you'll get the answer. Let me take a few examples, right? So let me clear this up. Let me clear this up and take up a few examples. So 48%, right? We got to find out 48% of let's say 1600. Is it complex? Please do not start doing this. 48 by 100 into 1600. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. Then 48 into 16. Then 6 8s are 48. 6 4s are 24 and 8. Then 1 8s are 8. Then this is 16 and 768. If this is what you're going to do, then I may sound a little blunt, but you are not fit for the exam if this is how you're going to arrive at the answer, right? This is not the way you find out 48% of given value. Instead, just split 48% as 50 minus 2%. 50 minus 2% of 1600. So this will be equal to 50% of 1600 minus 2% of 6. You're not supposed to put these steps on paper, okay? I'm explaining this on paper so that you can all follow it. When you start practicing, avoid paperwork. Now 50% of 1600 minus 2% of 1600. What is 50% of 1600? I'm sure all of you know this. 800, right? We have already done this. 2% of 1600. See, 1% is easy to calculate. All of you know that 1% here will be 16. 1% is divided by 100, right? 1% of any number. See, 1% in terms of fraction is what? 1 by 100. So 1% of any number is that number divided by 100. So 1% of 1600 is 16. 1% of 1600 is 16. So 2% of 1600 will be 2 into 16, which is 32. 800 minus 32, 768 is the answer. 800 minus 32, 800 minus 30, 770, minus 2, 768. 768 is going to be the final answer. You see, 768. For many of you out there, this may sound very simple. And you might be like, why are we discussing this? I already know it. Yes, I agree. Most of you would know this technique. But the question is, how many of you are actually applying this in the exam? I'll tell you what usually happens, right? We know about such things, but then we don't practice enough. And because we don't practice enough, we are not confident enough to use this in the exam. You know, exam में क्या होगा? 48% of 1600. अब यार कौन करेगा 50 minus 2 कहीं गलत ना हो जाए. You put it on paper and you end up wasting your time, right? So make sure, if you want to be that small percentage of people who qualify in these highly competitive exams, right? Less than 1% people who qualify in this exam, you got to do things differently. You cannot be doing things the way other 99% people are doing, right? Most of the people, 99.9% of the people do paperwork. If you also do paperwork, then how are you different from others, right? So you have to be different so that you can be a part of that small minority, right? What is that? Practice. So even if this looks like very easy, and even if you know this technique already, just reflect and see if you're actually using it or not. And I'm sure many of you who know this don't apply it. So keep practicing. I think we have enough time for your SBI Clerks examination, more than a month, I'm sure. So every day spend about 35 or 45 minutes on practicing on numbers. I'm not talking specifically to percentages, but anything, you just keep practicing on numbers. Be it multiplication, addition, division, subtraction, percentages, square roots, cube roots, and so on. I can read Subham Joshi's comment who says, we don't get same questions in the exam. Yeah, you don't get same questions in the exam. But see, it is not about the number, it's about the skill. You should get the skill of converting the given question to the right format. Okay, the question will appear to be difficult. You have to make it simple by splitting it. Now, if you are assuming that same 48% of 1600 will be the asked in the exam, so I have to practice, then you're already setting yourselves up for failure, right? You cannot be getting the same question in the exam, I'm sure. But then you have to get used to this whole idea of doing calculations mentally, and that can happen only through practice. And believe me, when you practice enough, you will be able to use it very, very comfortably. Okay, I want 53% of a value. Why should I put it pen on paper? Or let's say I want 53.5% of some value. 53.5%. 53.5% of, let's say, 2100. Complex enough? Let's try it. 53.5% of 2100. 53.5% is not 53.5%. It is 50% plus 3.5%. 50% of 2100. It is 1050. 3.5% of 2100. 1% of 2100 is 21. 3% will be 63. If 1% is 21, 0.5% will be 10.5. So 3.5% will be 63 plus 10.5, which is 73.5. You already have 1050 and then you have 73.5. Answer should be 1123.5. 53.5% of 2100 will be 1123.5. If you have understood what I was doing, I'm sure you'll be able to apply it here. See, if I can do it, I'm not bragging about my skills, but if I can do it, I'm sure you guys can also do it. The only difference is practice. So keep practicing. I mean, that's the whole objective. Keep practicing so that you find it very, very easy. Like someone has rightly said, right? If you give me 1 hour to cut a tree, I'll spend 45 minutes of my time in sharpening the axe, and only 15 minutes of time in hitting the tree there. What most of us do is we spend 45 minutes in hitting the tree and only 15 minutes in sharpening the axe, sharpening the tool, or even less than that in sharpening the tool. You have to just swap that, right? Spend as much time as possible in sharpening that. Don't run behind shortcut formulae. Shortcut formulae are not going to help you. Shortcut formulae are not going to help you, believe me. Unless you are strong in calculations, unless you can look at numbers differently, you will not be able to score more. You will qualify in the exam. I'm not I'm not talking about being able to qualify or not. The idea here is to score more, right? To boost your score, you have to do things differently. All right. Somebody said 78%, right? Initially, 78%. 78% of any value. 78% is not 78%. I would ideally take it as 75% plus 3%. Why? I know 75% is 3/4 of the value. 3/4 of the value is easy to calculate. At least 1/4 is easy to calculate. All of you know 25%. Multiply by 3, you will get 75%. And then add 3%. See, break it into parts. There is a complex task given to you, right? Split it into parts. Solve each of these individual parts and then merge. It may look like complex. It will look to be lengthy, appear to be lengthy process. But you will not realize that you get the answer really quick when you do this. Take an example. 78% of 6,400. 4,800 plus 192. 4,992 is the answer. I have not done this before. I am doing it in front of you. And I'm sure if I can do it, even you guys can do that. I also see Mayur Chauri's comment that due to time pressure, we are not able to apply. You know why that pressure comes? Because you have not practiced enough. Believe me, the whole purpose is to practice more. You practice more, it should be like any other thing for you. You are treating it as special. The problem is you all are treating these techniques as special techniques. These are not special techniques. This is how you're supposed to do. By the way, when I said 4,800, how did I get that 4,800? It was 3/4 of 6,400. 3/4 of 6,400, right? So 1/4 is 1,600, 3/4 will be 1,600 into 3, 4,800, and then 3%. 3% is anyway 1% is 64, 3% will be 192. So 4,800 plus 192. That's how I had done it. Some of you have commented, why can't we do 80 minus 2? Yes, why not? 80 minus 2. See, do what is comfortable to you. I have been telling this even in the earlier score boosters I have mentioned, right? You should be comfortable in what you do. I am not saying that 78 should always be split as 75 plus 3. There's no hard and fast rule there. You break it the way you find it comfortable, convenient, right? 78 can be taken as 80 minus 2, can be taken as 85 minus 7, can be taken as 100 minus 22, can be taken as 70 plus 8, can be taken as 65 plus 13. Your job, your lookout. You find out what is comfortable for you. Yeah, 75 plus 3 need not be comfortable. I am not comfortable doing 80 minus 2. Again, it depends on the number also, right? It depends on the number given to you. Sometimes 80 minus 2 might be comfortable. Yeah. So the point is practice. All these things are known to us. I'm not teaching anything new to you. Believe me, there's nothing new about what we have done so far. All of you know this. What you do not know are two things. One, you do not know that calculations are important. Numerical skill is important to score more in the exam. Number two, you do not know that you are poor in numerical skills. If I ask you, do you know how to calculate? All of you will say yes. But then you don't know how to calculate. What you know is how to do it on paper, like how the 4th standard, 5th standard guys will do, right? Multiplications, additions, divisions, and subtractions. If that's the way you want to go and appear in the exam, sit in the exam, then take it for granted. You're not going to crack it. I can give it in writing. I am sounding too blunt here, but that's a fact. Let's face it. The competition is huge. I'm sure there are at least 0.5% of the people who will apply for this exam who are better than you. When you say, I do it on papers, right? They can do it without paper. And if they can do without paper, I'm sure they will score more. They will get it faster. I want to find out 91% of some number. 91% is either 90 plus 1 or 100 minus 9. You decide, right? 91% of 4,800. 100% minus 9%. Or even better. 91 is not 100 minus 9. I will say 100% minus 10% plus 1%. 100 minus 10 plus 1. 100 minus 10 is 90 plus 1. Break it in all easier terms. Now, is 100% difficult to calculate? Are you able to follow? 91 is not 91. 91 is 100 minus 10 plus 1. 100 minus 10 is 90. 90 plus 1 is 91. Is 100% difficult to calculate? No. Is 10% difficult to calculate? No. Is 1% difficult to calculate? No. All these three are readily available. 100% of 4,800, 4,800. 10% of 4,800, 480. 1% of 4,800, not 48. All you have to do is that addition and subtraction. If you cannot do that, arithmetic sum properly, then I don't know what will help you. Now, how to calculate those which are not ending in 0.5? 57.3. Let's take that. Jodip Samantha has, Joy this Samantha has mentioned this, right? 57.3% or 77.8% or 42.1%. You can do the same, split and merge. 57 is not 57. 60 minus 3, it's 57.3 you said, right? 60 minus 3 plus 0.3. See, I was explaining this, I think, day before yesterday in my in the doubts clarification session for TalentSprint students, right? So the question raised by one of our TalentSprint students, this session is accessible only to TalentSprint students, not to all of you. So maybe you're not aware of this. So the question raised was how to deal with decimal based multiplications, like 6.5 into 24.5, 6.5 into 24.5. Forget about the decimal. Don't look at that dot. It will become a simple calculation. No. The question was, integer वाले calculation तो easy होते हैं multiplication करना, right? 65 into 24 easy है, लेकिन 6.5 into 2.4 करना difficult है. कैसे difficult है? देखो ही नहीं ना decimal को, मत देखो. There's this one idiom in Hindi, right? ना रहेगा बांस ना बजेगी बांसुरी. If you understand, right? When there is no decimal, there is no problem. Forget about the decimal. 6.5 into 2.4. No. 65 into 24 divided by 100. Is division by 100 a complex calculation? Is it a calculation in the first place? No. Do it like 65 plus 24. 65 into 24. Then put the decimal. How does it matter? 57.3. See, Vignesh has already mentioned 57.3 is 50 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0.3. I would say 3 by 10. 0.3 is not 0.3. It's 3 by 10. You understand? So, I mean, I'm repeatedly mentioning the same thing, guys, that you have to change the way you're looking at the number, right? If you take the number the way it is given, then it's going to be complex. Yeah. If you say 62.5 is 62.5 only, if you cannot look at 62.5 as 5 by 8, then how will you help yourself? You're getting me? 62.5% is 5 by 8. If you say no, it should be 62.5 only, it's not 5 by 8, then do it. On paper, you know how to do it, right? All of you know how to do the calculation on paper. Do the same thing. Yeah. Let's do something. Let's take up this. Like, I mean, now that it has been posted, right? 57.3% of 1800. Again, some of you might, be thinking like you're taking all 1800, 2400, 4800, 8800. These are easy to do. Let's start with something easy first. Keep it simple. Let's keep simple things simple. If it is 57.3% of 2472, I'll do it on paper. I'm very clear. I'll do it on paper. I will not like to take the chance. But if it is 57.3% of 2400, and that if you do on paper, then now something is wrong with you. Why? It's a running race. Competitive exams are like a running race. You slow down even for 1 second, others will take over. Yeah. So at least simple things should be done in a straightforward way, right? Don't make it complex by putting pen on paper. 57.3% of 1800. 50% plus 5% plus 2% plus 0.3%. 50% 900. If 50% is 900, 5% will be 90. See, 50 plus 5 are not two different calculations, right? It is the same calculation. 50% is equal to 900. All of you know that. 5% is 50% by 10. So 900 by 10, 90. 50% plus 5% plus 2% plus 0.3%. So 50% 900, 5% 90, 2% of 1800 will be 36. 1% is 18, 2% will be double, 36. 0.3%. 0.3 is not 0.3. 0.3 is 3%. 3% of 1800 is 54. 1% is 18, right? 3% is 54. If 3% is 54, 0.3% will be 5.4. That's it. You've got all the four values. Now merge. 900, 90, then 36 and 5.4. 900 plus 90, 990. 990 plus, what was that? 2%, right? 36. 990 plus 36. How much is 990 plus 36? You're able to follow? 50% was 900, 5% was 90, 990. 2% of 1800 was 36. So 990 plus 36. It is 1026. 1026 plus 5.4, 0.3%, right? 5.4. 1026 plus 5.4, 1031.4. On paper or without paper? Without paper only. Yes, it has taken 1 minute now. Why? Because I'm explaining it to you. I'm not doing the calculation. I'm not solving it. I'm explaining it. It will take time. If I have to do it myself, I'll not talk, right? I'll be like, okay, yeah, 1031.4. You understand? Don't go by the length of the explanation. Don't go by the length of the explanation. Understand that, I mean, and you don't have to put pen on paper like what I've done here. I was trying to explain it to you. No, cut down the number of steps. The more you write, the more time it takes. Simple concept. There's nothing complex about it. जितना ज़्यादा pen use करोगे, उतना ज़्यादा time लगेगा. Avoid. Mentally, do it mentally, right? That's it. Practice will reduce your imperfections. All right. I don't know whether practice will make you perfect or not. At least I have not gotten perfect. And I have practiced a lot. Let me tell you. But yes, it has definitely reduced my imperfections. Right. Every calculation is about addition and subtraction. You just have to do those individual calculations and then merge. Yeah. Now, let's take one last example and then we'll close it. I'm sure all of you have got the point. More than the technique here, I think the point that I'm trying to make here is we are all bad in calculation. Start there. Right? We are all very, very bad in calculation. Poor in calculation. Very poor in calculation. Unless you get that point really sunk into your brain, you will not be able to work towards it, right? Right? So start with the assumption that we are all bad in calculation, poor in calculation, and practice from there. Yeah. So let's say I have to calculate 48.2%. Do I have to explain it to you? 48.2, 50 minus 2 plus 0.2, 87.3. Make it up. 87.3, 90 minus 2.7, 90 minus 3 plus 0.3, 80 plus 7 plus 0.3, 80 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0.3. It's your lookout. It's your lookout. Do it yourself. Okay. So let's just take one calculation and then we will, I think, close it. So what do? Let's do 63.4%. 63.4% of what? 63.4% of 1700. Typical number, right? I mean, odd number. Not odd number, but at least 1700, not like 1800 or 1600, 2400. Yeah. So I forgot the question. What is that? 63.4 did I say? 63.4% of 1700. Do this now. 63.4 without paper. Take 1 hour, doesn't matter. Take 15 minutes, doesn't matter. But don't put pen on paper. So 63.4% of 1700. Understand, your target is what? 1700. That's 100%. Now break that 1700 and understand what can be 50%, what can be 10%, what can be 1%, what can be 100%, right? Like 10% is 170, 1% is 17, 50% is 850. These are readily available, right? You're not spending any time in calculating it. Now just use those parts and arrive at the answer. 63.4. So 50 plus 10. So 50% is 850. 10% is 170, which is 1020. 60% is 1020. Done. 1020, 60%. Now what else do you have to add? 3.4%. 1% is 17. 3% will be 51. If 1% is 17, 3% will be 51. 1% into 3 is 3%. 17 into 3 is 51. You already have 1020 here. 60% was 1020. 1020 plus 51, 1071. Close. 63% आ गया, right? 63% कितना हुआ? 1071. 1071. अभी और क्या ऐड करना है? 0.4%. 0.4%. 0.4 is not 0.4%. It is 4%. 4% divided by 10. 4% of 1700. 1% is 78. Sorry, 1% is 17. So 4% will be 68. If 1% is, itna time nahi lagne wala hai, right? I am explaining it. Understand? I am not calculating it. I am explaining it. 1% is 17. 4% will be 68. But I need only 0.4%. So 6.8. I already have 1071 with me. I had 850. Then I had 170, which made it 1020. Then I had 51, which made it 1071. Now I have what is called 6.8. 1071 plus 6.8. 1077.8. 63.4% of 1700 is 1077.8. Now there's only 3 things that are left to do. Practice, practice, and practice. I'm sure we'll not be able to beat the calculator. That will always get the answer faster. And if you want to do something faster than this, then the only way out is, take the calculator in the exam and use it. But that's not allowed. Yeah. So we don't have the choice at all. So the only way to do it is to do it this way. Whether you break it as 63 plus 0.4 or 60 plus 3.4 or 70 minus 6.6 is your lookout. But The only way to do it is without putting pen on paper. Do it mentally. And for that, like I've said, you have to do 3 things and more practice. On that note, let me close the score booster here. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. I hope all of you have enjoyed. Please keep practicing. The more you practice, the easier it gets. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time, 4 p.m. with yet another score booster for your SBI Clerks 2018 exam. Until then, keep practicing, and yes, take very good care of yourselves. Bye.